All business has a story. Today, we're sitting down with two local business owners to learn more about theirs. Hi, I'm Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition.
And I'm Mike Norfield with Visiting Angels of Lynchburg.
And welcome to Tea Time. We are sitting down with Pam and Kelly with Kennedy's Miracle Carriage. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So to just get started, tell us a little bit about Kennedy's Miracle Carriage and how you got started.
Kennedy's Miracle Carriage is a non-emergency medical transport business, and we're located in Bedford. So if someone needs transportation to doctor's appointments, dialysis, anything like that, or even hairdressers, whatever, shopping, we could be your person. We have ambulatory and wheelchair accessible vehicles.
And was there a moment where you knew that this is like what you wanted to do, what you were meant to do?
So my mom was in a nursing home. Pam is my sister-in-law. So we are family serving families.
Mm-hmm.
And so go ahead.
Well, her mother was in a nursing home and she needed transportation occasionally, and finding that was not the easiest thing. And then, of course, my in-laws, they're older, and for them having to get transportation to and from, they still drive, but those longer drives to Charlottesville, it's getting a little difficult for them. And so, you know, my husband and I, we would volunteer and take turns and stuff, but we were wondering, what do other people do? My parents, they don't live here. They live out of state. And so that was a concern. Who's taking care of them? Who's driving them? And it makes you wonder who here is doing the same thing. You know, they have parents or people that need transport here, and family is not available to do it. And so who's doing it for them? And so I think we wanted to fill that need, you know, help the community, those people that are needing transport. Something so simple as just a drive to a doctor's office, and something we could provide for them. So,
yeah. So, you know, with that, was there something that made you just go, okay, I'm going to take the leap? Like, I know, you know, you had your mom and you were looking at it, but what kind of was just like, you finally were like, all right, I'm doing it?
So we're a faith-based business. So we kept seeing all of these non-emergency medical transport companies. My husband and Pam's husband, Stephen, are brothers. And so Stephen had actually come over, and, you know, we were just having conversations about what we were looking to do. And he was like, I think this is something that we would be interested in, but I've got to clear it with Pam. So, and Pam loved it. She loved the idea.
Yes. You know, I mean, what is not to like about just driving people to and from wherever they need to do, and having the opportunity to, you know, talk to them and find out what their life is like. You know, I mean, it's like visiting with your parents or your grandparents. How fun is that? You know, so yeah.
What's one of the biggest challenges that you think you faced on this adventure?
Oh, navigating all the ins and outs of having to get certified and getting your operating authority, the insurances and stuff. It's not, you can't just one day say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and start transporting people. There's a lot of rules and regulations and certifications that you need to get in order to do that. You need to make sure that everything is safe and, you know, for those that you're transporting and accessible and stuff. So that was very eye-opening and took a long time for us to get through all of that.
A big difference then from an Uber.
Right.
Yes.
So how do you kind of navigate like all that? Like, there's a lot of paperwork, I'm sure. And also we've talked about the fact that you guys are bonded and insured, and you're also CPR certified.
Yes.
So, you know, how did you kind of navigate getting all that together, you know, before you kind of kicked off?
It was a lot of research, a lot of research. So we visited the government websites and stuff just to see what it is, the DMV website, what it is that you're required to have and everything. And then, you know, we each took a little section of what it is that has to be done. And between the four of us, we would all get together and say, okay, this is the next step. This is what we have to do, and make sure that we have all our, you know, I's dotted and T's crossed to make sure that we could get it out there and start working with the community.
We did connect with some folks through Facebook. There's Facebook pages for NEMT, and some folks out there are very willing to share.
Yeah.
And so they were a huge help, in giving us direction and, kind of going through the motions, all the steps.
What keeps you pushing forward?
Just being able to help people. We did a transport, wheelchair transport, and just talking to the family and just the relief, at the end, they're like, thank you so much. You don't know what a blessing you were. Like, they had no idea how they were going to get this individual to their appointments. And, they just felt that it was a huge blessing.
Well, and I think that's good because, they don't want to be a burden on their kids, right? And I know that's how my parents are. They don't want to be a burden on me, but they have to rely on somebody to help get them where they need to go. So having a organization like yours to kind of do that helps both sides of it. So that's really great.
Yeah. They can still maintain their independence, and all we're doing is just making sure that they can get from A to B, and they're still independent. They're still living at home if that's where they want to be, or if they're living in assisted living and we need to take them, we can do that. And it helps their other loved ones so that, frees them up to do something else
So why Central Virginia? Why did you guys get started here? And what area do you serve?
So I grew up here. So Bedford is home for me. Pam's a relocator.
It's been a long time, but yeah.
And so what better place to serve than your own back door? But
Yes.
Bedford does not have public transportation, with the exception of the Otter Bus, which runs on a very fixed schedule. So people in Bedford don't really have any other alternatives, outside of friends, family, whatever that looks like. But we don't have what Roanoke and Lynchburg has to offer. So we want to serve the people of Bedford.
So how has the CVABC supported your journey?
Definitely networking. Obviously, having a podcast. I mean, that's not anything that was not in the list of things that we needed to do to become an NEMT, but what a huge asset that is, marketing, just being able to get out and talk about what we do. The podcast. That's huge. Just meeting folks, meeting you. I mean, you're in the industry and, you kind of, we associate with the same clientele.
Right.
So, being able to feed off of each other, because what you provide is different than what we provide, and just being able to meet folks that we can meet those needs.
It's been eye-opening because things that you would not have thought and people that you would not have thought would be beneficial to what you're doing. Just a marketing person. Oh, I didn't think we needed advertising. Yeah, we do. So that's just it's been a huge learning, to find out what you do. You didn't know it until you didn't know it.
I know. I say that all the time.
Yes.
You don't know what you don't know.
Yes. And then all of a sudden you're meeting these people and you're networking with them and you're finding out information that you did not know you needed. Like, oh, okay. And we were even just talking yesterday, something completely off the wall. And we're like, we know this person that can help us with this, and why don't we go ahead and get a hold of them and see what we can do? And I mean, never would have thought of that. So yeah, it just really broadens the world as to when you're getting in this and doing this on your own. Wow, there's a lot of other people out here doing the same thing, and even if it's not the same niche, they're still going through the same hurdles and stuff. Small business.
Good support system.
It is very much so. Very much so. Yes.
So y'all are a local business. What do you guys see as the importance of supporting local?
Keeping your dollars local. I mean, I don't know any other way to put that, and these are people that you're going to run into in Walmart.
At the grocery
I mean,
store.
you definitely want to put your best foot forward and not have to run and hide, staying within your community.
Yep.
So yeah, business local is huge.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So our most controversial question we ask across all our platforms: sweet tea, unsweet tea, or something else?
Sweet tea.
No, unsweet
She
tea.
said
Northerner. It's the northerner.
Nope.
So what's your favorite local business other than your own?
Bella's. Oh my goodness. The
Mhm.
restaurant, the best.
Beals. I love Beals,
Yep.
especially since they've reopened. We love going on Thursday night trivia night.
Mhm.
So yeah, I love Beals.
I used to do that.
Yeah.
Best business advice you've been given.
That we've been given.
Mhm.
Oh, there's been so much. Oh my goodness.
I would say don't ever get too big that you lose control.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's a myth about your industry?
I think it would be that that you're going to make quick money,
Yeah.
like, and that's not why we did it. But it's not that, what we do, it's very expensive to do what we do. That's why our rates are what they are, and Uber is not, it's not the same level of service. You're not comparing apples to apples.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What is one thing you wish you had known before starting your business or your own business?
I think the thing is that we're going to have a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome, and just expect it and
Mhm.
just know that you need to just keep pushing forward.
Okay.
Because there's just every day and every transport is a learning thing. And you just have to, you get to a point where you just have to know, okay, so we're going to do this and it's going to be a learning curve, and we're going to find out afterwards. We're going to sit down, we're going to talk about it and figure out how we're going to make it better for the next time. So yeah, you just need to keep pushing forward, and every day is a challenge, and a challenge is a good thing. So, then when you get over that hurdle, you feel like you've conquered the world, and let's go on to the next one then. So yeah.
If it were easy, everybody would be doing it,
Yes.
right?
That's what I say all the time.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
how can people best support or connect with Kennedy's Miracle Carriage?
So we have a Facebook page, a website, www.kmc-nemt.com. Call us 540-307-3184 or text. Any of those ways. We're actually starting a nonprofit arm of Kennedy's Miracle Carriage. We don't accept tips, but we will accept donations to go towards folks that do not have the ability to, our funds to pay for transport.
Kind of like a pay it forward system.
Exactly.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Very
Yes.
cool.
Mhm.
Well, thank you both for joining us today on Tea Time. Thank you for tuning in to Tea Time today with the Central Virginia Business Coalition. And if you'd like to learn more about Kennedy's Miracle Carriage or how you can come and spill the tea with us, you can do that by visiting www.cvabc.org.